Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, let's just dive right into this. You know as well as I do that cryptocurrency is everywhere right now. But honestly, so is the hype, the confusion, and unfortunately, a lot of heartbreak. So today, we're stripping away all that noise to look at the actual fundamentals of digital investment. We're going to separate the real underlying technology from that social media mirage and give you the exact tools you need to evaluate opportunities and, more importantly, protect your money. I want to start off with a specific number, 3,000 kwacha. This is the exact amount that Banda Tembo, he's just a 20-year-old student at Evelyn Hone College, sent via mobile money to a total stranger. He saw some WhatsApp post showing a guy making massive profits from a tiny seed investment, and naturally, he wanted in. This story really sets the stage for the incredibly high stakes of ignorance in the crypto space. So, after Banda sends the money, the stranger in those WhatsApp comments gave him one simple instruction: wait 48 hours for the doubling. They literally promised to turn his 5,000 kwacha seed into 47,000. But what actually happened? Well, the stranger vanished. The whole WhatsApp group just disappeared. Banda's money was completely gone. And this perfectly illustrates our core problem, right? The massive gap between what crypto actually is and what people are told it is. That gap is exactly where money gets lost. Now, what's really interesting about this is the core lesson hidden right inside Banda's tragic story. It's this: no legitimate crypto platform will ever, under any circumstances, ask you to send mobile money to a personal number. It just doesn't happen. Banda didn't know what a crypto wallet was or how to open a real exchange account, and it cost him dearly. Let's make sure that never happens to you by starting with the actual underlying technology. Okay, let's strip away all that intimidating jargon for a second. What is crypto actually built on? It's the blockchain. Think about your normal bank for a minute. That requires you to trust a central institution, one that can fail, freeze your accounts, or get hacked. The blockchain completely removes that central point of failure. It's basically a permanent, tamper-proof ledger that's running simultaneously on thousands of computers globally. To alter a single record, you'd literally have to hack every single computer at the exact same time, which is, quite frankly, computationally impossible. And that brings us to the original application of this tech: Bitcoin. Created back in 2009, Bitcoin solves this massive problem of digital scarcity. It has a hard cap of 21 million coins, and that's written directly into its unchangeable code. No government can suddenly just print more of it and cause inflation, which is a really fascinating contrast to how local currencies depreciate, right? And I mean, look at the practical use cases. Sending money from South Africa to Zambia through a traditional bank, that carries a massive 5 to 8% fee and takes days. Doing it with Bitcoin drops that fee to under 1%, and it clears in under an hour. It's a real game changer. But, the crypto world is way bigger than just Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is kind of like digital gold, a pure store of value, then Ethereum is something entirely different. Ethereum acts as programmable money. It's a blockchain designed to actually execute smart contracts. These are digital agreements that automatically trigger when certain conditions are met, completely removing the need for middlemen, like lawyers, banks, or escrow agents. But wait, what if you want all that borderless speed of crypto, but you really don't want the wild price volatility? Well, that's exactly where stablecoins come in. Tokens like USDT and USDC are pegged 1-to-1 to the US dollar. So 1 USDT always equals 1 US dollar. For Zambian savers who are dealing with kwacha depreciation, this offers a really powerful practical way to hold dollar-equivalent savings, and you can transfer them globally in seconds without ever even needing US bank account. All right, moving into Section 1, the 5-point evaluation framework. Now that we've got the foundation of the major coins down, you have to use this practical framework. Think of it as a sword to analyze literally any token before you ever consider buying it. Here are the 5 vital steps. 1. What clear problem is it actually solving? 2. Are the founders publicly known? Anonymous teams are a massive red flag. 3. Is the market cap and daily trading volume healthy, or is it so tiny it could be manipulated? 4. Does a real technical white paper actually exist? And 5. What does the token distribution look like? If the founders are holding, say, 70% of the supply, they can dump it at any time and crash the price entirely. Healthy distribution means founders hold under 20%. Look, if a project is missing a white paper or hiding its founders, it almost certainly exists just to enrich its creators. So the crucial point is this: doing this research is absolutely non-negotiable. Are you getting tempted by social media hype? Don't be. Trust the hard data. You can and absolutely should verify all of this information for free on platforms like CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. Check the tokenomics, read just the first 2 pages of the white paper, look closely at the liquidity. Let the hard data on these platforms make your decisions for you. Next up, Section 2, Spotting Scams in 60 Seconds. Okay, so you have your sword for evaluating projects. Now you need your shield to actively identify and avoid the most prevalent frauds operating right now. These are the 6 specific scams you really need to watch for. There are the WhatsApp doubling schemes we just talked about, fake exchange apps that show a growing balance but suddenly demand a withdrawal fee when you try to cash out, pump and dump schemes coordinated in secret groups, fake celebrity promos using doctored screenshots, and then there are romance or pig butchering scams, where weeks of fake relationship building inevitably lead to an investment pitch. Let me be super clear on this one. Any romantic connection that leads to a crypto investment opportunity is a scam, without exception. And finally, the guaranteed returns offer. Actually, I need to stop and ask you this directly. Did they promise you guaranteed returns? Let me give you a firm, absolute warning on this. Guaranteed returns simply do not exist in any investment anywhere in the world. In the crypto space, when someone throws around phrases like 10% per week or zero risk, those words are exclusively associated with fraud every single time. No debate. I want you to always keep this 60-second scam test in the back of your mind. Is someone asking for mobile money to a personal number? Do they promise guaranteed returns? Did you find out about it through a complete stranger on WhatsApp, Telegram, or TikTok? If the answer to literally any of these is yes, it's a scam. Your response should be an immediate exit. Don't send a test amount. Don't even engage. Just walk away. Which brings us to Section 3, Trading and Storing Safely. So, with your shield fully raised and the scams avoided, how do you actually participate legitimately? Well, where your crypto lives is incredibly important. You basically have 2 choices. Hot wallets, like your exchange accounts or software apps, are connected to the internet. They're super convenient for fast access and holding small amounts, but they are vulnerable to hacks. On the flip side, cold wallets, like a Ledger or Trezor physical device, store your keys completely offline. They cannot be hacked remotely, making them the absolute gold standard if you're holding large amounts for the long term. And this brilliantly illustrates probably the oldest and truest rule in the entire crypto ecosystem. Not your keys, not your coins. If you leave your funds sitting on a centralized exchange, that exchange holds your private keys, which means they ultimately control your money. We saw exactly what happens when that trust is broken during the massive 2022 FTX collapse. If the exchange goes down, your funds can just vanish right along with it. Now, I really want to empower you with the right tools here. When you do need to use an exchange to buy or sell, you must use verified, legitimate platforms downloaded straight from official app stores. Please never download sketchy APK files. Binance offers a massive global ecosystem for peer-to-peer trading. Luno has a great clean interface if you're a first-time buyer. And specifically for African users, Yellow Card is fantastic because it's built right for the continent, letting you easily and securely deposit Kwacha directly via mobile money. Okay, so you're set up on a safe platform. Now, how should you invest? Well, the data shows that day trading actually loses money for over 80% of retail participants. Let me repeat that. It loses money for over 80% of regular people. Instead, you should seriously consider dollar cost averaging, or DCA. This just means investing a fixed Kwacha amount at regular intervals, completely ignoring the current price. It brilliantly smooths out the market's extreme volatility. The other proven strategy is HODL, buying and holding your assets with real conviction for a 3 to 5 year horizon. Both of these strategies will reliably beat the dangerous game of day trading. Let's move on and see how this all builds into 3 golden rules you should literally never, ever break. 1. Never send crypto or mobile money to a personal number for an investment. 2. Never share your private key or seed phrase with anyone, not a close friend, and definitely not someone claiming to be platform support staff. And 3. Never invest in any crypto platform that promises guaranteed or fixed returns. If you just stick to these 3 rules, you're going to bypass almost every trap out there. Before we wrap up, it's absolutely vital to ground ourselves in the official reality. The Bank of Zambia has not authorized any cryptocurrency as legal tender. So while it's not illegal to hold or trade crypto, it is completely 100% unregulated. And practically what that means for you is this. If you lose your funds on a platform or send them to a scammer, there is no Zambian regulator who can step in to help you recover them. The responsibility for your security rests entirely on your own shoulders. Look, Cryptocurrency is a real technology. It has genuine, world-changing use cases, from slashing those cross-border remittance fees to giving people a hedge against inflation. It really isn't going away. The goal here isn't to avoid it completely out of fear. The goal is to conquer this new digital frontier with rigorous logic. So the final question I want to leave you with today is this. When the next crypto opportunity crosses your screen, will you participate with genuine understanding, or will you just be acting on hope? Thanks for joining me for this explainer. Stay sharp and trade safely.